Hello everybody, welcome to Kettlebell Gym. Today's workout is a timed workout using one medium weight kettlebell. And of course, it might be nice to have options handy in case you want to move up or down in weight as we go. Get warmed up before we begin, find somewhere nice to train, and let's get started. This workout is 6 rounds of various exercises. We're going to change them up, of course, as we go through each round, starting off with a figure 8 to static hold, which will be a nice way to get started because, of course, we can rest that kettlebell in that static hold position. If you're ready to begin, we're going to get started in 3 seconds, figure 8 to static hold for 3 minutes. Here we go. And there's no question these rounds are gonna feel like they take a long time, so you really will have to learn how to pace yourself. Some of them will be a little bit of a grind as we get through 3 minutes of action. But there are other parts of this workout and some other rounds that they will actually go by a little more quickly as we sort of mix things up a little bit more. So just a figure 8 to static hold, working at your own pace here, and just giving your body the opportunity to loosen up. And again, just sort of feel out that kettlebell and get used to the feel of it. Trying to stay smooth, keep on a decent pace, and we're just over a minute in. We're going to get 3 minutes of action here today with 30 seconds of rest at the end of each round. So make sure when that timer is getting to the end of that 3 minutes, and I'll start to tell you when it's time to set it down, that you don't hesitate and you don't hold on to the bell for too long, because just a few minutes over, a few moments over, and that short rest break will feel like it's not there at all. Figure 8 to static hold. Staying consistent, keeping my pace, but not trying to overwork it. We got now 2 minutes in of 3 minutes. Almost through here. And as we progress, our round number 2 coming up will be an alternating thruster. So let's get about 40 more seconds here. We're going to take a 30-second break, put the bell down, and then we move into that alternating thruster. Coming down to our final 5 seconds. And like I said, don't do an extra rep. Set it down on the dot, because our rest breaks are very brief and they will be over before you know it. 30 seconds, 20 seconds left before we move into an alternating thruster, swing switch, squat to press. Switching hands with every rep will help to mitigate some of the muscle fatigue. You can also use that rack position as a resting spot. And here we go. Switch hands with every rep, squat to press, work at your own pace, and try to keep those legs driving the press. Okay, don't make it a separate movement. This round, it might actually feel like it goes by a little bit more quickly, just because there's no more involved. in what's going on. Efficiency is key, you guys. If you're moving that weight in a way that is inefficient, it will feel much heavier than it's supposed to. And there's a minute in of 3. You can see I'm using the overhead loaded lat position there for a quick breath. This is actually my favorite place to grab a breath if I need it. And that right there puts us halfway through duration of this round. Not too bad. Swing, switch. And power that press with the legs. Just over 2 minutes in the bag, under 60 seconds to go. We've got 30 seconds left in this round. Just under 20 now. And then we're going to take a 30-second break, which will go by very, very quickly. 10 seconds. 5, and down to 3 seconds, and place that bell. Good job, you guys. Coming up is an alternating back-stepping lunge to balance, okay? So you're gonna rack the bell with a clean, step back with the unloaded leg, come up to balance, hold the balance for a second, then you place the leg, swing, switch, clean, back-stepping lunge to balance. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Clean, unloaded leg, back-stepping lunge to a nice tight balance. Then just put the leg down and go into the switch. Nice long stride, open up those hip flexors and activate those glutes in that deep lunge. A little bit more time under tension with each rep here. So you might feel a little bit more in the muscle fatigue, especially holding on to that bell. But also the round will go by a little more quickly. Way fewer reps when you're moving more slowly like this. Back stepping lunge up to balance. And that is already a minute in of 3 minutes. To balance. Clean. Back lunge to balance. Just over halfway through. And just 60 seconds remaining. Up to the balance. taking a lot of focus with the balance with each rep. Heart rate up, muscles burning, and a little sweet trifecta of all three going on at the same time. We've got about 35 seconds left in this round before we set the bell down. 30 seconds of break when we do, and then we're going to move into the alternating bent press, clean and bent press. 15 seconds, then a 30-second break beforehand. And here we go, coming down to the last 3, 2, and set the bell safely. Good job, you guys. Heart rate's up, muscles are burning. We got about 22 seconds left to shake it out. Clean and bent press. Again, a slower movement. Again, something where we can pace it out a little bit more. And we are changing the muscles that we're using just a little bit. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and clean. And of course, one of the benefits here is the fact that we're going to again take it overhead, where we can start to pace ourselves back out in a different way with this overhead loaded lat position. So a little pause, pull to rack, swing switch, clean, and bent press. And we really take a lot of the stress off sort of the mid-back, moving into the overhead position. A little bit more of that stabilization through the shoulders and lats. And there we go. This is another exercise that time under tension means that we're not going to do a ton of reps in the 3 minutes, which is kind of nice. The heart rate shouldn't be excessive through these, and they shouldn't really bring the heart rate up as you do them, as you just kind of move slowly and in that very controlled way. The bent press being one of those exercises that we can really do with a lot of weight. And we're halfway through at this point. So when we're using sort of what I would consider to be maybe on the slightly lighter side of medium, maybe right in the middle of medium, that means we can certainly crank up the volume with an exercise like this. And is it weird, but do you feel a bit of recovery going through this lift compared to where you were feeling, say, in those lunges or thrusters? "50 seconds left, just under a minute to go. Alternating hand, clean, and bent press. We got about 25 seconds left to go. And the next round is a two-handed clean to catch. One bell, 2 hands on the bell, clean to catch, and front squat. Last rep here before the timer runs out. Then coming into our last 5 seconds, so 4, 3, 2, and set it safely, okay? So 30 seconds rest and a two-handed clean to catch to front squat. Each one of these reps, the bell touches down dead, which gives you the opportunity of resting in between each rep. So this is a different feel to this round, as you have 3 minutes of action, but really working your own pace, and you're not going to be loaded the entire time with this kettlebell as you have been throughout. So starting in 3, 2, 1, two-handed clean to catch, to front squat, back to the ground. Now, I'm gonna get through rep after rep and not really let go of the bell right now, but 3 minutes of these might catch up, and you might see me slow down or have to pace it out just a little bit more towards the end. We'll see how it goes. Two-handed clean to catch, to front squat. I really love this movement because it sort of asks for efficiency with a bending pattern and a squatting pattern back to back. And having proficiency to move between those two is really important. So there's 1 minute, and I'm telling you, these are going to grind much more than the previous exercises, which is why we have a little spot on the ground to rest it dead. And you guys work at your own pace. I've taken about 20 seconds almost of a breather. I'm going to get right back into it here. Just try to pace it out. Even if you leave that bell on the ground for just a few seconds with each rep. This is round 5 of 6, you guys, so don't leave everything on the table here or on the gym floor. Save some energy. We still have 3 minutes of action after this round. Seconds to go. I'm going to set a goal to get done 8 more in that time. There's 5. Well, there's 7, but I worked all the way up to the clock, and there's 3, 2, 1. Put the bells down, you guys. Very nicely done. We have a round left, so hopefully you've got a little bit left in your tank. Coming up in 20 seconds. Snatches, 90 seconds on each hand to freedom. 1 switch in between. Try to make it all the way through, you guys. If you need to switch early, do so as you need to. Starting in 2, 1, and up. Again, the overhead loaded lat position, providing us with our resting opportunity. Overhead loaded lat, rest position. And here, I have to get ready to switch soon. Got about 30 seconds left on this hand. 10 seconds to go before switch. And here we go, switching hands. And up. Just finishing strong with 90 seconds of snatches here on my strong hand. But I'm going to still try to keep about the same pace as I did on the other. There's 30 seconds of 90 on this hand. Halfway through this hand, halfway through the final hand of the final round. And just 30 seconds to go, you guys. Seconds left. Last rep is up and down on the nose. Wow. Doing things to time like that is not easy. Having short rest breaks that you know are very, very structured, very, very short. It's not easy. And I think the only saving grace may have been that round of bent presses, really changing up the muscles that were being used and allow me get through all 6 rounds. That was a brutally challenging workout. And if you made it all the way through, you should be really proud of yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time in the Kettlebell gym.